Hi, this is Margo. This is Monday, late afternoon, November the 15th, 2021. I hope everyone is safe and doing as well as possible. This is just going to be a short update for the methane for this last week that I'll be putting on YouTube. I apologize for not being able to record my full show for yesterday. I had an allergic reaction to something that got delivered to my house yesterday, and you can hear my voice. I'm still recovering. I'm a lot better, but when that happens, it's like everything shuts down in me. So thank you for all the well wishes and prayers, and I'll be okay. So is this world we live in that's very toxic, and I'm the canary in the coal mine. So today what I'm going to do is just a short video showing methane from the week, so that we'll have that at least on YouTube, and then I'll plan on doing the full update next Sunday as usual, God willing. So I'd like to start with the NOAA methane data from the 13th for Saturday. This is the 477/469 millibar reading from the Met-Op-1, which has been renamed the Met-Op-B satellite. This is the morning reading. The mean or average was 1932 parts per billion. The high reading was 2411. And in the afternoon, the mean was 1929 and the high reading was 2407. Now the Met-Op-2 satellite has been retired from NOAA and from the I guess the European group where they put it up. But anyway, we're not getting data from the Met-Op-2 satellite anymore. So it's just the Met-Op-1. So I've revised my spreadsheet, and I've got 2 pages where I'm just tracking Met-Op-1 data. So here's the average for the 13th. Comes up to be 1930.5 parts per billion. That's an increase for the week of 4 parts per billion. And so here's our line going back up. So we're doing a pretty big stair step here. And so far it looks like our high was on October the 2nd of 1936 for this year. And it was generally going down. This is the season for it to be going down. Now we had a sharp decrease in my last show of 5.5, and then for it to go up for, I don't know, I mean this should be the time when it's going down. We're still 21.5 parts per billion higher than we were a year ago, and we're 61 parts per billion higher than when I started tracking this way back here, March the 1st of 2019. So here you can see the line going up. Here I'll show you what's happened this week. So here was on my show last week. Here it was on the 6th, where we're at 1926.5 parts per billion. And that was a decrease of 3 in one day. So that's kind of sharp. But anyway, that's what that was. So that was Saturday. Then Sunday it went up 1 part per billion. Monday it went up 1.5, And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it stayed the same, no change. Friday, it went up another 1 part per billion. And then Saturday, it went up 0.5 part per billion. So it's gone up all week. That gives us an increase overall this week of 4 parts per billion. And we're 21.5 parts per billion higher than we were a year ago. So we're still in no man's land. And, you know, how long is this going to stay elevated before it really starts going down? I don't know. But, you know, we're just in no man's land these days. Now we'll look at the CAMS data. This is from Copernicus Atmosphere Monitoring Services. This is from Saturday the 13th. Arctic view and surface level ready to go. There's the color ledger. So the data is for Saturday and the forecast period is Sunday through Wednesday. Now here at CAMS NOAA, it's out of control. It just keeps billowing and billowing. This has been going on for 2 years. Well, it'll be 2 years in January since we've been seeing it billowing here. We're also seeing these higher readings spread out across Russia and see the higher background colors as well. And it's not as high as it had been here in this Scandinavian area. This had been for a while just one big solid dark blob, but that's gone down a little bit. We're seeing waves of green, different shades of green, coming out across the Arctic Ocean. And see a little spot right here popping up a little bit higher into the yellow-green range. That's in the East Siberian Sea. That's one of the areas that's been studied for high methane in the sediments along with the Laptev Sea. Now this is coming up through the sea ice, and I'm not going to be covering sea ice today. I'll do that next Sunday, and I'll do a midweek update on Wednesday that I'll be putting on my Subscribestar page. And if you'd like to see updates during the week, you know, you're more than welcome to join us over on my Subscribestar page. That's I'm posting all the time over there, and the link is in the description box below. So we're still seeing greens covering most of the northern hemisphere as the main background color. Now we'll go to the North Pole view. There's going to be an eclipse on Friday that's going to go across Canada and the U.S. It's going to be early in the morning. It's going to be a blood moon, and it's going to last for 3.5 hours, and it's the longest eclipse that we've had in the last 100 years. And so this is a pretty big deal. And some people see eclipses as harbingers of like omens of bad things, or harbingers. It could be a dividing time. We are going into some very dark days and dark times, darker and darker. I do believe we're in the end times, and this is why I keep doing all of this reporting, to show how close we are to the end. And Jesus prophesied about the end times, about the changes, disruptions in climate and earth changes, and wars and rumors of wars and famines and pestilence. These are all signs of his return. But all of these have to happen before it's time for his return. So we need to keep our hearts on Jesus, and his two big commandments were to love the Lord God and to love your neighbor as yourself. And we need to remember these things and to treat each other with love and respect in these end times. And the world is changing all the way around. So here we can see Europe's filled up with methane all the way down through Italy, even Spain and Portugal. You've got a lot. Here's the Persian Gulf. Here's India. It's still filling up, and see it streaming out over this Arabian Sea. Here's China spilling over the coastlines and up. This is where it joins Russia right there. Here's Korea, and these waves, see the waves move out. These are signs of very high methane. And then here in the US, we've got from Texas over, we've got areas where it's just huge areas of methane. And see the green waves, and see this whole area from Texas past the Mississippi River. A lot of times that's from rain. Whenever it rains a lot, you'll see a lot of methane. California is not looking good. It's filled up. And we can look at the Antarctic. I didn't see anything of note when I was loading this up, but we'll look at it. Now we can see this dark blue is coming in more and more as the background color. This is a sign of methane going down overall. We still have a lot of the light blue over the continent. Now we had been seeing some higher readings on the Brunt ice sheet. I'm not seeing that. Well, yeah, there it is popping up right there. Watch where my pointer is. You'll see it pop up. It'll be kind of a bluish green. Right there, see, just a tiny bit, but that's gone down. And here it's streaming off of South America. Now this dark blue is 1800 parts per billion, So that's the main background color there. The light blue is 1820. Here's some popping up on the Amory ice sheet. Watch right here. See, right there and there. Couple of days in there at the end of the forecast period. I think we're going to see just massive melting here in the Antarctic this year during their summer. Now we'll go to the global view. So we can see the dark blue coming in more and more in this southern hemisphere, so that's showing the methane levels decreasing, at least in the southern hemisphere. But it did go up this week, so that means it had to go up in the northern hemisphere for the southern hemisphere to show lower readings. See, we can't see the outline of Australia now because of the dark blue. We can see evidence of Australia because of the higher methane. See, around the edges. Alright, there's that. Here's the 500 HPA reading, and we've got dark, see up here over Russia, also up here. This is in the Chukchi Sea. See, we've got blues coming in around the equator, that's lower readings. And then total column. Now we're seeing, we're not seeing it as concentrated as we had been here over China. We're still seeing a lot of reds. Here at India we've got reds, and we've got the darker color on the east side of India. We've got reds over the Persian Gulf and over the Red Sea. And this week we've been seeing reds over North America, which has been unusual. Normally we don't see that high of a reading in total column over the US or Canada. I'm thinking a lot of it has been from this wave moving across the Pacific from China and Russia, and it moves across the Pacific, and then when it comes over, and then you've got that already moving over, and then you've got the higher readings over the continent, then it makes the reds. So we've got reds over the Gulf of Mexico too, and over Mexico and Baja and the Gulf of California there. Then reds going up through the country, going up into Canada. So that's pretty unusual. So I'll go ahead and end it there. I hope everyone has a good week, and I'll be praying for you. If you haven't given your life to Jesus Christ, I recommend you do it now while you still have a chance. And He is the one. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and the only way to my Father's kingdom is through me. So until next time, God bless you. Go in peace, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.